me trying to get a thumbnail right now. There's also someone that's literally playing basketball. Thankfully, I can kind of whisper a little bit because I have my mic, but there is somebody that's playing basketball right outside this window here. You can't see outside the window because I'm not stupid and I'm not gonna show you outside my window, but what's up, you guys? It's Katie and welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, hi, hey, welcome. For those who have been here, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you haven't guessed, I did in fact get a new camera and I also have this extravagant mic. So you already know that we're leveling up, okay? I could not stand the autofocus on my previous camera. I still have it. I might still use it, but I am using a different camera. So if the quality or whatever, sorry, I just got distracted because someone's playing basketball right outside of this window here. Hopefully you can't hear me just yapping to myself, but whatever, I don't give a but yeah, it's officially official. We're chilling, we're moving and grooving, we're grinding gears. What? We're switching gears. That's what I meant to say. Hopefully you guys cannot hear the dude bouncing the basketball. Okay, I didn't even think about that, but I am using a mic, so hopefully you can't hear that. If you can, I'm so sorry. But we are not going to move because the lighting here is a little bit better, and also I don't want to move all of these books to go film in a different location. So it's gonna be chill. This is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna let the light shine on me because there's a lot of windows up in this room. But yeah, if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, we are going to be unhauling books today. I've been meaning to film this video for a very long time, and I've been putting it off. I don't really know why, other than that I was just being very lazy. Here we are. It's a brand new day. What? I was thinking of The Lion King, and that just, no, wait. What's the whole, no. It's a whole new world. I think that's Aladdin. I have no idea what I'm saying. We're just gonna crack right into it. A lot of these books, honestly, are books that I haven't even read. There's a mix of books that I've read, and then there's also a mix of books that I haven't read, and I'm not going to read. I probably won't, because I have a lot of books that are on my physical TBR, and I feel like my mood is very much changing. My mood do be changing, but I meant to say that my taste is changing. Both are changing, sure. We're constantly evolving as readers, and so there's books that I've had on my physical TBR for years, and I just know that I'm probably not going to read them because they're either not my cup of tea anymore, or they're, I guess just not really my cup of tea. I don't really know what I was gonna say other than that. Without further ado, we're just gonna crack on in. I'm just gonna show you guys and tell you guys the name and probably give you the inside scoop. I'm trying to keep my videos shorter than they normally are, so fingers crossed I will do that. I feel like I say that in every single video and then it always ends up being long, but whatever. I also want to say that this is my reject shelf as of right now. I have obviously my main bookcase that you guys have seen before upstairs. I have a lot of different bookcases upstairs, but this one is downstairs. I literally could not stand looking at all of these books that I don't even like or that I don't even want to read while I would go to bed at night because my bookshelf is literally across from my bed. So whenever I would turn my head, I'd be boom, bam. Boom, 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 bam. Totally don't know what I was saying there. That made me forget what I was saying. Let's try and remember. Oh yeah, when I would go to bed at night, I would literally either wake up and I'd look straight at my bookcase and they would be books that I either didn't like at all and that I've read before, or there were books that I just was not excited about and it kind of was putting me into a reading slump. It felt like a chore looking at it because I'm like, oh, I have to read all of these. And I was like, wait girl, actually you don't need to read all of them. You actually don't need to do that. You can very much get rid of them if you want to. No one's stopping you. You got free will. But yeah, just thought that I would mention that. So, number one, cracking the whip right now. The first book that we're going to be getting rid of is The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. And I know you guys might be like, girl, huh? Aren't you reading her entire backlist? Yeah, I am. I just really don't like this series. I feel like this series is very toxic, and I think that someone else is gonna really like this series. I like other Freida McFadden books, sure, but this one in particular, honestly, this series, I think I have every single book in this series, actually. I think I do. I mean, I do. I'm more so saying that I think that I'm getting rid of all of them. Oh yes, they're right behind me. Hold on, just give me 2 seconds while I try and grab this with one hand. We will be getting rid of the entire trilogy for Freida McFadden's The Housemaid. Look at how I'm holding this, damn. It's like a fan. It's getting hot. They just weren't really my favorite. I honestly do not know why this entire series is hyped up by Book Talk and by the majority of the population. It's not bad, but it's definitely overhyped. And that's coming from somebody who's read a lot of Freida McFadden. So yeah, we're getting rid of this. I'm sure my mom will probably love these. I don't know if it's just me who didn't really understand the hype with it, but maybe my mom, I mean, we saw the movie together, so I don't know if she would want to read the book now. She might want to read 2 and 3. We'll see. I don't know. It's just on the reject shelf for right now. I might change my mind with some of these that I'm getting rid of, but for the most part, these are, I just don't really feel like having them on my shelf, and they're low-key kind of toxic, so yeah. And then on that note, we're also going to be getting rid of The Teacher by Freida McFadden. I just didn't really like this one. This had the cheating trope in here, and it was also really long. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't my favorite, and it kind of feels a little bit toxic. Oh, dude, some of her books are kind of toxic. There's books that are not toxic that she's written, and then there's also books that I'm just like, wait, no, you kind of getting a little bit toxic, and this is one of them. So I'm sure that someone will want this more than I will, so that's why I'm getting rid of it. I also totally didn't separate them between books that I've read and what I haven't read, so we are just gonna be going at it, and I might put it on the screen of whether or not I've read these books and call it good, because I'm gonna be lazy and I'm probably gonna forget to say whether or not I've read these before, but I have read all 4 of these by Freida McFadden. Again, none of the, like, I enjoyed reading them. I just don't care enough to have them on my shelf anymore, which is why I'm getting rid of them. If you want to read a Freida McFadden book, a majority of her books will help you get out of a reading slump. So I'm just getting rid of it because I don't want it on my shelf personally. A lot of these are popular books. Don't be mad at me because I'm getting rid of these books. Whatever. The next one that we have is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This one I liked, but I know that this book is so popular. My mom actually has a copy and her copy is busted. I'm pretty sure that the spine is literally falling apart and the pages are coming off. So she might want this, or I don't know. I just feel like someone else is gonna like this a little bit more than I did. I rated this 3 stars. I get the hype with it, but it just didn't really wow me as much as it wowed everybody else. If you literally want to know any of my honest reviews about any of these books, just go watch my reading reviews, because I'm not gonna, there's so many books here, I'm not gonna go through every single one telling you guys my thoughts, but we're getting rid of The Nightingale. Sorry guys. We're switching hands because the stack is over here now. We are getting rid of Anne of Green Gables. I've never read this. I actually think I might have read this when I was younger. Is this a YA classic? I don't know, but I'm not gonna read it. Like, I'm just not. If I want to, then I might get it like on audiobook or something somewhere, but I don't care to have it right now because I'm not going to read it. So we're going to get rid of this one too. Then we're going to get rid of The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston or Poston. I don't know how to say her last name. This one I have read. This just felt like a Colleen Hoover read to me. I'm sure that someone else is going to like this more than I did. It's like a cozy-esque vibe, but I just thought that the way that she was describing food was a little bit weird. Like, I just thought that that was weird. Great writing when she was talking about the food, but it also was just like, she's like over kind of sexualizing food. And I thought that that was weird. So, sorry, I heard that the basketball stopped, so I looked outside. Yeah, it just wasn't really for me. Someone else is probably gonna like that a lot more than I did. I actually feel like my sister-in-law, if she hasn't already read this, she might like it. So I might give it to her. The next book that I'm getting rid of is A Study in Drowning. I've never read this. I thought that the special edition that I got is so pretty, and I think that the cover is so pretty, but I think that this actually was a video of mine. I don't know if it's still up. I think that it is. I got this during like a book haul and I was trying to read the synopsis and I was butchering that shit. Like, I could not. My brain did not compute with whatever this author was trying to say. And I think that it kind of turned me away from wanting to read this book, if I'm going to be honest. I've heard that this book is really good. It's also a YA though, and I just don't think that I'm really gonna ever pick it up. So I'm going to get rid of it, even though I think that it's beautiful. Like, look at this. This is literally stunning. Hello? So pretty. Is this like too close to my face? I'm like getting used to using this. Hey. You need to chill out. Then we're getting rid of The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, another book that I didn't really like. I liked it up until like page 50 and then it completely plummeted. I just feel like someone else is gonna really like this. Her books are very smutty and that's just not really my cup of tea. I feel like you have to do smut in a specific way for me to enjoy it and not care about the fact that you're putting smut in there. And I just thought that the smut in here was creepy. So no offense, but I'm getting rid of it. Okay, and then this is actually a recent read. It is The Employees by Olga Raven. I think that this cover is stunning, okay? Like, literally so beautiful, but I did not really understand this book, and I couldn't tell you what this book is really about. And I think that I made that very clear in my last reading wrap-up, probably. Or maybe it's not my last reading wrap-up. What reading wrap-up was that? I don't know. But whenever I tried to review this, I sounded like I had never read it before. I promise you I have. It's really short. I just don't care to have it because it didn't really leave a lasting impact on my brain. So sorry. Okay. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. We're going to say this briefly. I'm getting rid of this one. This is She's a Lamb by Meredith Hombrock. This book is racist, homophobic, and what else? Yeah, I DNF'd this book. I didn't really tell you guys why I DNF'd this book, but this literally had a very racist quote that was supposed to be comedic. And like, what are we doing there? This book was literally published last year, and this was actually my January's book club pick, and I was so embarrassed. I literally got to page 8. There was already SA within the first like couple of pages, and then there was a homophobic slur, and then the third and final strike, and we were out of that bitch, was the racist quote that I'm just like, what are you doing with that? You know? So I don't want this. I honestly want to throw this book away instead of giving it to somebody because I am baffled that somebody would write that type of shit in a book that was released so recently. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like even though obviously it's not okay to have in older books either, the fact that this was written in 2025 and that shit's still in a book, what are we doing? What are we doing? Goodbye. We're also going to be getting rid of Sugar. This was also a recent read. This is by Mia Ballard. I think that this cover is really cute, and this is like a staple horror book, but this didn't really do much for me. This is definitely a beginner horror book. It just didn't really wow me, and it's an indie book, so I don't know. I just feel like someone else might like it on their shelf. I just didn't care to have it on my shelf. I don't know why I'm like over-explaining myself. I just didn't want it on my shelf. So, I mean, the cover is so cute. Do I want to get rid of this? Yes, I do. I don't want this on my shelf. I just don't. So we're going to get rid of it. Sorry. I will say that like I did enjoy this when I read it. It just didn't wow me. I don't know if I already said that or not, but I feel like I had to clarify because I don't have beef with this book, unlike the one that I just talked about. I just feel like someone else might thoroughly enjoy this a lot more than I did, and it was kind of a wash for me, so that's why I'm getting rid of it. We need to like stop lazily throwing these books around because now they're getting crazy up there. The next one that we're getting rid of is 'Tis the Season for Revenge. I don't know why, I just started buying Christmas books, which I guess technically I was in like a Valentine's mood around Valentine's Day, and I was reading a lot of holiday romances, so maybe I will be in the mood for like a Christmas romance type of book come December, but I bought this years ago and I have never read it. I typically never read holiday type of stuff, so I don't really know why I felt the need to buy this. It sounded really good at the time though. I seriously don't even know what this one's about, but we're gonna get rid of it. I think that the cover's kind of cute, sure. I think it's indie published. If I end up wanting to read this in the future or come December, then I'll just get it on Kindle or try and find it on Libby or something. I don't know. But I don't want it, so I'm getting rid of it. Oh, you guys are not ready for this one. What else we got? Okay. Next up, the next book that I'm going to get rid of is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. This is a really chunky nonfiction book. I just don't think that I'm going to read it. So I'm going to get rid of it. Because I got a lot of nonfiction. I went through a nonfiction phase back in like 2020 or 2021-ish that I have a lot of nonfiction books, and I literally went through all of them and I chose my top priority ones and then I put everything else down here. So this is one that I have a lot of other nonfiction books that I want to read before this one that I just don't see the point in holding on to this, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, so I've heard that book is really good though, but we're not gonna hold on to it. Same with Britney Spears. I've never read this, The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. I've never read this, but I did watch her documentary when it came out, which I think was based off of this memoir, and I watched that during was that during COVID? Was the Free Britney movement during COVID? I don't know. I literally the past like 6 years have mushed together. I don't even know, but that's when this book was really hyped up. When was this published? Let's look instead of being a lazy fuck. Okay, in June 2021. So this was maybe this was released around that time or a little bit after that time. I don't know, but I think that if I were to read this, I would just listen to it on audiobook on like Libby for free. I don't really need to have this. I love Britney Spears for sure. My sister actually might like this. She loved Britney she literally was obsessed with Britney Spears. So she actually might like this. I don't think that she really has time to read, but she might want this. So maybe I'll see if she wants it. Who knows? I do think that I want to read that. I'm probably just going to listen to it via audiobook, but I don't need to have it on my shelf. There's some books here that I kind of want to keep. Like a part of me is like, do I actually want to get rid of that? But then I have to remember how many books I actually have that are more of a priority for me that are upstairs currently. We just need to be ruthless and get rid of some of this. Speaking of ruthless, can you guess what's next? You guys might be a little bit baffled by what I'm about to show you, but I am going to get rid of the, what is this, Letter of Enchantment series or something? It's the Divine Rivals duology, Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. We'll give you a visual of both of the books because the books are beautiful. I liked Divine Rivals, as a majority of people did. I did not like Ruthless Vows. I think that this is beautiful. I love the teal color. This is like a special edition too, I think. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of this one at all. Like, I think that I gave it 2 stars. So that's kind of like a majority, I think. And because I didn't like it, I don't care to have it on my shelf, but I feel weird just keeping Divine Rivals. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like someone else might enjoy this duology more than I would. It's also a YA duology, so I'm not gonna reread it, you know? Like, I'm not gonna reread it. Like, I've already read it, I'm not gonna reread it. Someone else might read this for the first time and be like, holy crap, this is my day one, number one, top 5-star, 12-star, whatever read. And here I am just trying to hoard it on my shelf when someone else can have that extravagant experience if that happens, you know? So we're getting rid of this. There is a possibility that I might actually keep Divine Rivals and just get rid of Ruthless Vows. I don't know. I'm so indecisive about that. Whatever. Put it away for now. Okay, and then another book I want to get rid of is Come and Get It by Kylie Reed. I think that this Kelly green color is so pretty. I don't know if it's actually coming up. Well, I guess it's kind of accurate. I love the Kelly green color. I thought that the synopsis sounded really good, but I've heard that this book is not that good. So it made me not really as excited for it once I heard somebody tell me that it wasn't good. So that kind of sucks. And saying that actually made me reconsider how I talk about books too, because I don't want to completely turn you guys away from different books, but I want to be honest at the same time. You know, like, I don't want to feed you guys with some BS telling you guys that something's good when I don't think that it is. But again, everybody has different opinions, whatever. It just kind of made me not really want to read this anymore. So we will be getting rid of it. Maybe someone else will enjoy this. I've never read it. If you couldn't tell by this big ass sticker, this was 50% off when I bought it, so that should have told me something when I bought it. But again, I haven't read it. I don't know if it's actually bad or not. That's just what I've heard, so that's why I don't want it anymore. Oh, you guys are gonna like roast me for some of these books that I'm getting rid of. Like, I'm probably gonna like piss someone off real quick. Whatever. I've never read these books. Can you guess what it is? Based off of some of these books, you can just tell like when I fell into the trap of overconsumption with book talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting rid of Powerless. We're getting rid of the Powerless trilogy, if that's even what it's called. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. By Lauren Roberts. What is it? Lauren Roberts. I'm obsessed with these covers. So pretty. We have Powerful. Nope. Sorry. I've had these for years and I've never picked it up, and I just don't think that I'm going to. This is a YA series. There's another book that I don't have. I think it's Fearless. And I don't know if any more books are coming out or what, but I just don't care to read it, to be completely honest with you. But we have Powerless, Powerful, and Reckless. I'll give you the visuals. This is Powerful. Nope. Sorry. Powerless. This is Powerless, Powerful, and then Reckless. What I've heard is that Powerless is good, Powerful is also good, and then Reckless isn't that good, and then Fearless wasn't that great. So, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I haven't read it. I don't actually know. That's just what I think that I've heard, but who knows? Again, this is a very beloved series by some people, so I'm sure somebody will want to get their hands on it. And these have never been literally read ever. And they're all hardcover. And I'm pretty sure the Powerful and the Reckless versions that I have are special edition. Maybe not. They were like, I got them right at the new release. Don't know why I did that. I literally only did that because it's such a popular series that I didn't want to have FOMO by not having it. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust because my foot is in fact asleep. As you guys know that this is a constant problem for me. Sitting crisscross applesauce when you are 28. Am I 28? So recommends. Oh my god, I gotta stretch. Oh my god, dude. I was watching Survivor 50 with my mom a couple of nights ago, and Kyle tearing his Achilles. Ooh. We were kind of late to like watching Survivor, so we are trying to catch up with the episodes, but like, oh my gosh, that's gotta hurt. Like, that had to have hurt. I'm also gonna get rid of Wisdom from Above by Charles Stanley. This is a daily devotion Christianity book. And I've read this multiple times. Like, literally, I've read the entire thing, and then after I finished it, I would randomly pick it up on a given day and just read whatever the date was. And I found it very comforting and beneficial. I just haven't picked it up in a really long time, and I don't really care to have it on my shelf anymore. So we're gonna get rid of it. Sorry. I think that, wait, some of these might be, yeah, there might be some repeat books, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, for when I had my previous unhaul and I got rid of like a couple of books. Some of them might be repetitive because I still have them for whatever reason. Not all of them though. Some of them I don't have anymore, but this is a repeat. This is Anatomy by Dana Schwartz. This is a YA, like gothic, dark academia type of thing. I've already mentioned why I don't want this book, so we're just gonna cut to the chase and get rid of it. But I started reading it and then I was just turned off. Yeah, I do think that the cover is really pretty. If you couldn't tell, I do read the synopsis of books, but I also pay attention to the beautiful art of covers. I do think that this is very beautiful, but it's just not for me. And this, I think this is popular. I think this is a series too, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the second one has like a brain on it, but it's her dress, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, this is just gonna be for somebody else. It wasn't for me. So, getting rid of it. Then, lo and behold, guess what? Guess what? Are you ready? Are you ready? Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. This, okay, cool spine, fantastic. Love the spine, thought that the cover was fantastic. This is really weird though, because I feel like the spine normally has like a little bit of like a cushion or like an arch to it. This one is like straight up just like cut, so it's like straight. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of hurts to hold it, honestly. If you guys watched my annual tier ranking video, you would know that I did not F with this book. This was my most anticipated read of last year, and that's all that it was. We're getting rid of that. I'm sure that somebody else is gonna like it more than I did. There is a possibility that somebody will like that more than I did. That book was kind of weird. Like, that was just a really weird, it was not at all what I thought that it was gonna be like, and it just was really weird. I just really would not, I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. So I'm getting rid of it. Maybe somebody will like it. I also don't know if this is like the large print or not. I think I accidentally might have gotten the large print. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I don't know if you can tell how big the font is here, but the font is big. So yeah, still love her though. Not for me, and someone else will maybe enjoy that. Wouldn't put my bets on it, but like maybe. There are people who do like it, so do with that information with what you will. Okay, what else do we have? I'm trying to see, like, we don't want to get rid of the like aesthetic in the background, so we're gonna move to these bad boys. And guess what it is? Another series, you guys. Guess what it is? Magnolia Parks, ladies and gents. Yeah, so there's obviously 5 books here. Just don't want these anymore. But yeah, so I've read these 3. I have Magnolia Parks, which is the first one, for those who don't know. We got Daisy Hates, which is the second one. Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home, which is the third one. Then we have Daisy Hates The Great Undoing, which is the 4th book. And then we have the 5th book, which is Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. I've officially read all 3 of these. I started to read this and then DNF'd it, and I've never read this one. This is the most recent one that came out. I think that there's gonna be more books in the series, don't really know. I also think that it's getting an adaptation, which is kind of crazy. Maybe the adaptation will be maybe better, maybe. But honestly, I don't know. Every single book was like pulling teeth for me. I'm gonna be so honest. The only book that really ever potentially gave me interest was Daisy Hates, because it was a book that I had never really read before, because it's kind of like a mafia type of vibe. Not even is it mafia? It's like a gang lord type of vibe, which I had never read that before, so it was intriguing to me. I just didn't think Magnolia was for me because I could not stand the toxicity of I just could not stand the toxicity. I thought that I'd like the 4th book, which is Daisy Hates The Great Undoing, because I liked Daisy Hates, but it was just really toxic. Like, this one ended up being toxic too, and then I was like, all of y'all are toxic. None of you guys have redeeming qualities. All of you guys suck. Don't like you. Goodbye. Yeah, it's time to get rid of them. I literally bought all of these at once when it was first typed up, and then I bought the most recent one, Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, when it first came out, thinking that I would just dive into all of these books because everyone talks about how good they are. But I think now people are catching on that it's kind of toxic, and she's also under a lot of heat, as I mentioned previously on my channel, I think. But again, don't know the tea. I just don't like that series, so we're getting rid of it. Somebody else will probably like it. I will say that I am a fan of the UK covers, as I think a majority of people are, but I'm not in the UK, and I could not find how to order the ones from the UK at the time. And I've read enough of the series to realize that I don't actually like it to care enough to get the UK covers. So again, we're getting rid of it. Okay, then we have Margot's Got Money Troubles. I was considering keeping this one. I read this last year. This was I think this was the last book that I read last year. And this was also my book club's pick for December. Yeah, was it? I think this was my book club's pick for December. And I think this was the last book that I read. There is a show that's on Apple TV, which I have started watching and I'm enjoying. I think a new episode drops every week or something. So I've only watched like the first 3 episodes that you could watch when it first came out. So I gotta see if there's another episode out now. I don't know. But this book wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It was just when I read it, I had the thought that the adaptation would be better than the book. So far, the adaptation is really good. Like, I think that the adaptation is fine. Like, I think that it's good. But clearly not all of the episodes are out yet, so I can't really confirm or deny that statement. But I don't know. I might keep this one, but I also just don't care to really have it on my shelf. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Just whatever. I do like this purple color, though. Very pretty. Also, it matches my mic. Oh my god. LOL. I think someone else might want it on their bookshelf more than I would want it on my bookshelf. That's why I'm getting rid of it. There's nothing wrong with that book, though. This is gonna sound really, like, blunt, but I don't care enough about it to keep it on my bookshelf, but I don't have anything against it. I just don't want it. Okay, then we're also gonna get rid of I Didn't Know I Needed This by Eli Rayo. I think that I bought this. When did I buy this? I feel like I didn't. Did I buy this last year? I think I bought this last year. Oops. Yeah, I just don't think that I'm going to read it. This is another nonfiction book. It's also from a TikToker, which no shade to any TikTokers at all. Maybe this book is really good, but I just don't really feel like I want to read it, to be completely honest with you. Again, I have other books that are nonfiction that I'm excited to read and that are on my main priority, so that's why I'm thinking that I'm getting rid of it. Okay, then again, Christmas time, we have Baggage Claim by Juliana Smith. This is also, I think it's an indie book. I love this cover as well. Very pretty. Again, I just don't, I don't know, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, do I want to keep it though? What's it about? I don't know. I think that I remember somebody telling me that this one was good, which is why I got it. And again, it's just been sitting on my shelf because I don't ever read holiday romances. That's why I was baffled with myself when in January or February I was reading holiday Valentine's romances, because I never do that. I don't know. We might keep this one, but as of right now, it's on the chopping block. My legs. Lord have mercy. Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I've never read this. I've heard that this actually, a lot of people who didn't like Love Hypothesis say that they liked Love Theoretically. I've actually heard that this one is preferred by a majority of people. However, the people who have said that for the Love Hypothesis as well. And I didn't like that book. So I just don't think that Ali Hazelwood is an author for me. I don't know though, because I have heard that this one's really good. I also think that the cover is really cute and I like the orange and pink vibe. I don't really have any urgency to read it, but who knows? I might give it a whirl just to see if her other books are as smutty as I'm thinking that they are. You know, if you've read this, let me know if it's similar to the Love Hypothesis, and if so, then I won't keep it. No, I don't want I don't know. Let me know. Let me know, because if that's the case, then I won't read it, probably. But if it's its own thing and not as smutty and creepy as the Love Hypothesis, then maybe I'll give it a chance. What's this even about? I don't know. I like that her books have STEM in it, though. But I just don't think that she's for me. So as of right now, it's on the chopping block, and I'm probably going to get rid of it. Yeah. Another one that's a pretty popular romance is The Rulebook by Sarah Adams. I've had this for years now. I keep telling myself every summer I am going to read this, and I have not read it yet. I honestly feel like it's pretty similar to The Wall of Winnipeg because it's an NFL player. So it's pretty similar to The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. Based off of the synopsis, that's what I think. I've heard that this is really good. I just keep telling myself that I'm going to read it and then I never do. So if I do, it's probably going to be via my Kindle on Libby. Because I always look at it and I'm like, I keep saying that I'm going to read it and then I never do. And I just don't care to read it, to be honest. I actually don't know if this is a YA or an adult book either. So I think that also plays a part. I think it's YA. Who knows? I don't know. But it's not on my top priority, so we're getting rid of it. You hanging in there? Because we got a little bit more. Next up, we are getting rid of The Trial of Lizzie Borden. Am I getting rid of this, though? I'm kind of intrigued by this one but I've had this on my shelf for years. I think during COVID I bought this. I don't know if this was popular during COVID or not, but again, it's The Trial of Lizzie Borden by Cara Robertson, and it's a true crime about Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks, and when you thought she was done, she gave her father 41 or something like that. Maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. But a fun fact, not fun fact, I guess this is kind of a morbid fact. I was like obsessed with Paranormal Activity, and there was like one show. Was it? No, Paranormal Activity is a movie. Did they have a show too? What was that paranormal? There was like a main paranormal show that I was obsessed. Me and my brother were obsessed with that show, and we watched like every freaking episode of. They would go into the most famous haunted places, and wow, I kind of want to watch that show. I was literally obsessed with that show. But they went through the Lizzie Borden house, and then I was just very intrigued. I don't know if intrigue's the right word, but I don't know what the right word is, clearly, but I was just very drawn to this Lizzie Borden story because it's so unhinged that I'm like, this bitch actually did that? So that's why I bought this, because it was kind of like maybe I will keep this one. I might actually keep this one, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. There's like a forgotten inner child version of me that was obsessed with Paranormal Activity and scary movies and shit. Oh my god, my battery's dying. It's at 10%. Okay, we gotta speed round this shit then. But yes, I might keep this one. I think that I'm going to. Okay, we're gonna speed round now. So I'm not gonna be yippity yapping too much because apparently this is about to die on me. I have The House We Grew Up In by Lisa Jewell. I think I tried to read it and then I DNF'd it, and I just don't know if it's not really on my main priority to read. Typically, if I DNF a book and then I try and read it later, I don't end up liking it. So I kind of just took that as an L, but I do like some of her other books. For instance, None of This Is True, and what's the OG one? Then She Was Gone, I think is what it's called, something like that. We also have The Most Famous Girl in the World by Iman Haririkia. This one, I also feel like I got last year. I just don't know if I'm going to read it. I just don't think I'm going to read it. So we're going to get rid of it. We also have The Catcher in the Rye, which is by J.D. Salinger, whatever. This is a classic. I don't know if I read this in high school or not. I feel like I would have, but I don't actually know. Obviously, this is like a staple. I feel like I should read this before I get rid of it, honestly, but it's not on my main priority to read. Oh, I feel like bad getting rid of this one for some reason. I don't know. It's not on my main priority. I don't know if it's going to be for me or not. Maybe I'm passing up like a 5-star, 6-star read right there. Whatever. All of these are gonna like live on this bookshelf still for the most part. At least I think so. So it's not like I'm actually completely unhauling them. They're just in my reject bookshelf. Is that mean? I'm sorry if that's like one of your favorite books. I don't know. Then we're also getting rid of A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I tell myself that I'm gonna read this every year during the fall time, and I never end up reading it. This is like a staple dark academia book. Again, part of me wants to save this, but I haven't read it in years. I have other things. I have other books upstairs. So then we also have The 48 Laws of Power. This was in my previous unhaul. I just haven't gotten rid of it yet, but it's been in the reject shelves for years now. Like literally, I think like 10 years. No. Probably like 8. Something like that. I don't know. I've literally had this for so long and I've never read it. But again, I feel like I should. In a way, because I feel like everyone has, and I feel like I'm kind of SOL if I don't read this, but I don't want to, so whatever. I don't want it. Then we have some popular books here. These are Emily Henry books, okay? We have Happy Place by Emily Henry, which is a beloved fan favorite, and I also have Funny Story by Emily Henry. I think I've said this before, but Emily Henry is a very hit or miss author for me. I love her cover. Her covers are so pretty, and I love the spine of Funny Story specifically. But both of these books, I've read them. I just wasn't a fan of them. I could not get into the plot of Happy Place, and I thought that Funny Story was kind of cringy. And I also thought that it was annoying that they were trying to make their exes jealous in Funny Story. I just thought that was immature. So my mom might love those. I don't know. Obviously, other people are probably going to want those. And they're the hardcover ones. They're pretty. They're pretty. I have other Emily Henry books upstairs in my room. I literally have all of Emily Henry's books, aside from Great Big Beautiful Life, which I actually just read, by the way. But I don't have it physically, even though I would have her books in her backlist and like a collection. I want my bookshelf to be representative of books that I've liked, and I want people to see the books and be like, oh, that's who you are as a person, you know? So that's why I don't want those on my shelf anymore. I'm not really speed rounding this. I said that I was going to, and then I haven't yet. Hold on. Next up, these are books, honestly, that I'm thinking I might keep, because after looking at them, I'm like, wait, I think that I want them. So we'll see if I actually get rid of these or not, but I have Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. Elle Kennedy is the one who read the Off-Campus series, which that adaptation is coming out very, very soon. God bless, thank the Lord. I think it's coming out in May, unless if I'm mixing that up with Carly Fortune's spinoff. I think that it's May 13th that it's coming out. I'll put it on the screen. It's coming out soon, but Girl Abroad, I got this when it first dropped, and I think that this is like a special edition. I think that it's normally a blue cover, but I've got it in pink. I just don't know if it would be technically for me, because it's about a girl in college studying abroad, and I haven't been in college in a pretty long time now, that I just don't know if it would be like a 5-star read for me. I think that I kind of missed the wave of wanting to read this during a time that it would be relevant for me to do so. However, I loved Off Campus, so I might keep this one, because I might change my mind and decide to give it a whirl anyway to see if it actually is worth it. Okay, the next book. I got this recently. It is Brutal Billionaire by Laurelyn Page. It's a dark romance. I think it's a series, and I think it's indie cover. Dude's hot. I don't know why I brought this downstairs, because I think that I want to read it. So we're going to keep it. I think it's me saying I think that it's a billionaire romance. No shit. It's literally called The Brutal Billionaire. But yeah, it's a dark romance billionaire CEO type of thing, I guess. I don't know. We're keeping that one. Another book that's also YA is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. This has been on my TBR for so long. I feel like I keep saying during COVID, but honestly, I feel like it's when I like overconsumed a lot, and that's when I was just buying a ton of books that were popular. I've heard great things about this, and something in me is telling me that I'm going to enjoy this, even if it's a YA book. So I want to read this summer. But I brought it downstairs because I was like, you haven't read it in so many years, that are you actually going to read it? But I think that we're going to give it a shot. I think that I'm going to read it when I'm at the beach this summer. Hopefully. If I don't, then I might get rid of it. But we're actually going to keep that one. We got a couple of other Christmas romances. We have Snowed In by Catherine Walsh. I kept Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh, which is the first book. I think this is a series, and I think that Holiday Romance is the first book. I kept that one because everyone said that it's really good. I've also heard good things about this, but I didn't know if I should keep it or not at the time, because I haven't read Holiday Romance yet to know if I actually like it or not. I figured that if I already have it, I might as well just keep it. Even if I don't, like, I wanted to keep some Christmas romances in case I end up liking it. So I think that I might actually keep this one. Then we have The Book Club Hotel, which is also a holiday romance, a Christmas romance here. This was very popular at one point. I think I've heard good things about this one. I think that the cover is really pretty, okay? I feel like I keep saying the same shit. I feel like I keep saying, yeah, I haven't read it yet, cover's really pretty, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I'm going to keep this one, actually. So yeah, we're going through the pile currently of the books that I changed my mind for. I think that I'm set on getting rid of the books that are behind me, but we'll get into those in a minute. The next book is a book that I've already read, and it actually was a part of my UNHAUL last time, and it's just remained on this reject shelf, but it is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I think I'm going to keep this one because I've realized over the past year that even though I don't know if this book is technically for me, I've noticed that I've been referencing this book a lot, that I'm like, okay, no, I should keep this one because I reference it so much. I should keep it on my shelf in like this very niche section of my shelf that I made of books that they're not necessarily my vibe, but I would recommend them to somebody who likes this vibe. Because, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like even if I didn't like a book, I can tell when an author is a great writer. I can still differentiate my taste from the author's writing style and how good they are at writing. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one because I reference it a lot. But it is a very deep, dark, spooky book. Sorry, I'm trying to grab the next books here. These books I've also had on my shelf for forever, okay? It is, I think it's the Prince of Sins duology by Carrie Maniscalco. These covers are stunning. Okay, I've had these for years though. I don't know when I got Throne of Secrets, but I honestly think I got that in 2024. I don't know when it came out, but I got it when it came out. I think that I also got this one because these are both special editions, I'm pretty sure. I think I got them both when they first dropped. They are stunning. I don't know if these are going to be books for me, and I've told myself that I would read them for years now, and I have not picked it up, but they are so beautiful that I honestly just kind of want them because of how pretty they are. And maybe I'll read them, you know, but it is a YA series. But yeah, the first book, I'm holding this really weird. It's like a little baby. The first book is Throne of the Fallen, and then we have Throne of Secrets, which is the second book. And I think that the third book actually just came out. I don't know what it's called. I think it's an orange cover. Maybe it's yellow or something like that. I don't know. Part of me is like, do I get it? Because I want all of my books to match. But at the same time, I'm like, I've never read these books before, that I feel like it would be a waste of my money to purchase that right now, especially when I'm debating on if I should get rid of it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be so for real. But I am going to keep these. We're going to give it one last whirl. We're going to see if I end up picking these up this year. If I don't, then I might get rid of them later. But again, they're so beautiful that I genuinely cannot, like, we're going to give it its moment. I know I keep on showing you guys covers, but literally, shut the F up. There's just no way. And even the spine is crazy. Sorry, we're gonna hold it sideways. Is that better? Like, it's so pretty. I don't know if that's in focus or not, but this is Throne of Secrets. Like, literally so pretty. It's so pretty, bro. Just stunning, stunning. Like, it's literally holographic. And then this is raised right here. Like, the dragons are coming to life. So I'm keeping it. Let's go through the books that are on the shelf now, because I am going to be getting rid of these ones. Let me put on my lip gloss first, though. My throat hurts really bad. If I get a little bit raspy, sorry. I've been talking for such a long time that my throat literally hurts so bad right now. So if I sound like a 40-year-old chain smoker, whatever. My throat actually really hurts though. We're almost done. Just power through, girl. Okay, I'm gonna remove them from the shelf and then we'll get back into it. Ta-da! Okay. Look at that magic. Dang, I should have done a really cool transition. We're just gonna pretend that like all the books are still in there and we're gonna snap and it's gonna be gone. Let's just pretend like I did that. Okay. Is it like echoey? I feel like it's echoey now that this is... Can you guys hear that echo? I guess I'm using a mic, so maybe not. But if it's echoey, I apologize because this is literally bare now that it's like hitting my ear. I feel like a bat right now where you're just getting those like sound waves, right? Like bats hear sound waves and that's how they see. Am I tripping? Is that real? I don't know. But it's like echoing into my right ear right now and it's kind of like throwing me for a loop. We're going to be getting rid of What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I liked this book. This is a series, first of all, and it's also a fantasy. I liked it. I just think that I would have enjoyed it more if I was younger. So for that reason, I'm going to be getting rid of it. I don't know if I said that I was going to get rid of this previously or not, but again, no beef with this book at all. I just feel like this would be happier in someone else's home and someone will really love this because I genuinely think that I would have given this like 5 stars if I read this when I was younger. It was, I think, a 3-star for me or something. I don't know. Did I read this last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. It's a good book though. No beef with it. I just don't really care to have it on my shelf. That's why. I'm indifferent about it, and that's why I don't want it. Now we're getting into the beefy territory, where these are books that I actually didn't like. Sorry. We have V.E. Schwab's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Nothing against V.E. Schwab. I literally follow her on Instagram, and I think that she's amazing, and she's killing it on Instagram. And I know that she's a very well-known author, and a lot of people love this book. I just didn't happen to like this book. I thought it was very dull and boring, and it's very long, and I thought that it was dragged out. So I don't want it. Someone else is going to love this. It's not for me, and that's why I'm getting rid of it. But I read that last year, I think. I gave it a 2-star. You guys probably already know that if you watch my other videos. But another book that we're getting rid of is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Montana. Okay, and then another book that I actually want to read soon, but I was sent 2 copies of this book, and I asked my mom if she wanted the second copy, and she doesn't want it. It's also a dark romantasy, so I really don't think, I think that she would kind of be concerned if I told her to read it, because she's just now getting into reading, that I think that she would be like, what are you reading? But it is Master of Salt and Bones by Carrie Lake. Yeah, I have not read this. I want to read this soon. Spoiler, but I have another copy that's in a better condition. This one's literally in fine condition too, but the one that I have upstairs is in better condition to my eyeballs, I guess. So I'm keeping that one and we're getting rid of this one. Carrie Lake, wait, did Carrie Lake write Nacticadia? Right? I think so. And I just read that and I liked the plot. I just didn't like the graphic smut. That's my issue. So I hope that there's not that much of graphic smut in this book, but we'll find out. Okay. But for right now, we're getting rid of that second copy. Another book that is very popular that I will be getting rid of is A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. I have held on to this for years now. Honestly, I could have read this during Valentine's Day, I think. But I forgot that I had it. This actually has another book that came out either last year or the year before, and I was anticipating reading this so then I could read that one when it dropped, but I haven't heard anything about that book, and I don't know if people care about it. This one was very popular, and apparently this one makes you sob. I just don't have any urgency to read this, and I don't really care to read it. I think that I passed the time frame of when I would have wanted to read this. What? I think that I passed the time frame of when I would have enjoyed this book. So we're going to get rid of it. But I will say that the cover is like pretty. It's like cute little cotton candy kind of, I guess. We're also getting rid of Atomic Habits by James Clear. I don't need to explain why. If you guys know, you know. I don't care to have that at all. And then this is also a repeat of a book that I'm going to unhaul. It is Anxious People by by who? Girl, spit it out. Today, Junior. Frederick Bachman. Let me restart. We're getting rid of Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. I didn't even realize that there's a Netflix series to this. Interesting. I do think about this book a lot. I'm not going to lie, but I could not stand the miscommunication trope in here. And I just thought that once you got to the end and you like had the resolution or whatever to the plot, I just was kind of underwhelmed. Like not kind of, I was underwhelmed and I was like, that's it. What a waste of time. Sorry, people like this book. My coworker actually recommended this book to me. She loved it. This is just not a book for me. This is a very popular book though, and obviously Frederick Bachman is really well known. Right now, my favorite book by Frederick Bachman is A Man Called Ove. You guys probably already knew that, but yeah, okay. We're getting rid of that one. We're also going to be getting rid of Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. This is just a book that wasn't for me. This is for like a grieving mother. Like if you're a mother who is going through postpartum depression, I think that this book, you might like this book and maybe could relate to this book. I'm not a mother. I've never gone through postpartum depression, so I just really don't think that I was the correct audience for this book. It's not necessarily because the book was bad. I just don't think that I can really tell you whether or not it's actually good or not because I can't really relate to what the main plot of this book is. Yeah, we're getting rid of it. I was so let down with that book though, I'm not gonna lie. You guys probably know that already. The book stack is getting so big that now I can rest my arm. Then we have Between Two Kingdoms by Salukia Jawad. This is a medical memoir. I think this is a repeat as well. I think that I said that I was gonna get rid of this a while ago and it's just been on my reject shelf and I kind of forgot that I had it still. I loved the first half of this book. I literally could not put it down. And then it kind of twisted into a random non-medical book. And I just did not care about what was going on in the second half of the book. Sorry. I don't think that this is a bad memoir though. I think that it's literally a New York Times bestseller. So yeah, it's not like it's a bad memoir. I just think that someone else would really like it more than I did. The first half was really good though. We are going to give her credit there. I just think that the second half was kind of dull and I was expecting a medical memoir and this just was not a medical memoir in the second half of the book. So getting rid of it. Another repeat, girl. I think this is the last repeat. No, it's not. Sorry. Again, all of these have just been chilling down here and I completely forgot that I had them. But we have The Stranger by Albert Camus or Camus. I've already gave you guys the spiel of why I don't want this. This book is like way too, I guess I don't know if it's accurate, but it feels way too accurate to how a sociopath or psychopath would feel, that it's unsettling. And I don't really want that bad juju up in my grill, you know? So, and by grill, I mean my bookshelf. So yeah, we're getting rid of it. It's also a classic. Like y'all probably already know about that book. And if you don't, like a lot of people I feel like have read it before. I think it's only 100 pages, but yeah, it's just like a very weird, unsettling, creepy type of book. And they also sexualize women in there a lot. So then we have Tom Sawyer by... Dude, the fact that I literally had to look at the author's name is crazy. Mark Twain. I knew it was by Mark Twain. You guys give me some grace. Give me some leeway. Okay, I knew that it was Mark Twain. I just forgot. But yes, I've never read this book ever, which is why I bought it because I was like, I've literally never read Tom Sawyer or Mark Twain. What's his other book? Huckleberry Finn? I'm having a brain fart right now. Huckleberry Finn. Yes. Mark Twain and Huckleberry Finn? No, not Mark Twain, girl. Damn. Tom Sawyer or Mark, I keep saying Mark Twain. It's Huckleberry Finn, damn it. I've literally never read Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn, and I felt like I should have, and I wanted to read Tom Sawyer first, but I've had this on my shelf and I just have not read it. I also don't know if this is like a YA classic. I don't know. I feel like I should know, but I don't. Anywho, I think that this is like a cute little cover though. I literally had to go to the children's section in Barnes to buy this, so maybe it is a child's book. Or this is just the child's version of it. These frickin' piles are going to implode on me right now. I really hope they do not fall over. Actually, they're making me very nervous. I don't know if I'm tripping or if they're falling already, but we are going to... Oh, let's stop stacking. Let's stop stacking. We're almost done, you guys. We also have The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. I think I may have read this before when I was younger. Not entirely certain though. But I feel like I remember Mr. Toad, but I don't know. I bought this because I was like, I feel like this is a book that I should have read by now, if I haven't yet. I have not read it, and I don't know. Should I be getting rid of these two books? We might keep Tom Sawyer and Wind in the Willows. Should I? These are literally like children's books. I literally had to buy both. You can tell because they both have the same spine. I had to go into the children's section to buy these, and I am not a child anymore. So should I be holding on to these? Am I actually gonna read these, girl? I don't know. I don't know what to do with these. I might keep those. No, I don't know. We're just gonna put them over here for now. I need to stop stacking. Sorry, I'm like waving my mic around. No, I might keep these two because I feel like I should read those at least once in my life. So we're gonna keep those. Actually, I am keeping. Just to clarify, since I was just back and forth for 2 seconds, we're keeping Tom Sawyer and we're keeping The Wind in the Willows because I feel like I should have read those by now for some reason. You guys might roast me for what I'm about to say, but Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott. I also don't know if, I think that I had like little chapter books when I was a child that I read that was Little Woman and it was like the children's version or no. What am I thinking of? Little House on the Prairie. Is that different? Are these the same thing? No. I think I'm thinking of Little House on the Prairie. I've never read Little Women. I actually don't feel like I'm ever going to want to read it. To be completely honest with you, I was wanting to read a ton of classics at one point, so I bought a ton of them, and I literally bought them in this condition from like Barnes, and I think it's really cute. Like I love the flowers here. The gold foiling, me actually thinking that I'm going to read this physically. I don't know. Someone else is going to want this. I keep like waving that shit around. Did you see that almost hit my head? Let's focus. We're almost done. I'm losing. You're making me lose my focus. You're making him lose his focus. Dude, I want to watch Monsters, Inc. Except when you think about it, kind of a sus movie, but it's also great. Love that movie. Yeah, Little Woman. I just don't think that I'm going to read it anytime soon. And if I do, I probably will listen to it via audiobook. And I don't think that I need to have it. So we are going to get rid of it. Oh my God, I thought that was a tornado siren. Knock on wood. It's not. At least I don't think so. No, it's not. I don't even know if you guys could hear that siren or not, but okay. Another book that we're getting rid of is Halloween Party by Agatha Christie. I read this, or tried to read this last year, and then I DNF'd it. I don't think that I have anything against her. Obviously, she's like literally the queen of mystery, as you guys would know if you've seen it literally says it on the book. If you saw my book haul, you would know that she's the queen of mystery, if you didn't already. If you don't know, now you know, bitch. I DNF'd this, and I just don't think that I'm gonna want to read it again. So, again, I feel like whenever I DNF a book, I never really end up liking it as much the second time that I pick it up, so it's kind of not really worth for me to read again. It was just very slow. This is like a happy, I guess it's not, I mean, it's like a mystery about a murder, so I don't know how happy that can be, but it's like I don't know how to describe the vibe. It's very similar to the next book that I'm going to show you, but it's just not my vibe. So I'm going to get rid of that. I keep stacking it, even though I keep saying that I'm not going to do it every single time. The next book that I'm getting rid of, which is also a repeat on Haul, this is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This is also a happy mystery kind of thing where it's like a light-hearted mystery, I guess is kind of the right word. I don't know. It's the same vibe as Agatha Christie, in my opinion. So if you like Agatha Christie, you might like Richard Osman or vice versa, but it's just not really my vibe. Like, it's not my cup of tea. I like dark books, okay? So happy mysteries, lighthearted mysteries, just not really my vibe. My coworker loved this book though. So like, it's also a movie. So I think that it's a very hyped up book and series. if you want to check it out. It just wasn't for me. I'm also going to get rid of Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Ouch, my leg. One last stretch of my, oh my God, I think I'd like dislocated my hip. No way. I didn't actually. I'm being so dramatic right now. This is the second book to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I did not mind this book. I just didn't like it enough to want to keep it. The first book is definitely the best book, and I love that book. It is one of my favorite mysteries and thrillers. It's my favorite YA mystery and thriller, I believe. I think so, at least. And this one was fine. It was a 4-star when I read it, but I'm never going to reread it, so I'm just going to get rid of it because I don't need to have it on my shelf, even if I kind of liked it. I just stacked it again. Another one that's also a YA mystery thriller that I did read and I did like it. It is No Place Left to Hide by Megan Lawley. I liked this book. I don't think I'm ever going to reread it, and I don't know if I'm ever going to read any of her other books because it's a very much a YA book, and I just kind of have outgrown that. I'm saying that now, but this one was good. Like, I was literally like binge reading this, but it wasn't like so good that I care to have it on my shelf, honestly. So someone else might love this. Honestly, I think my sister-in-law just read her first book, even though they're not a part of a series at all. I think that maybe she would want this one. I don't know. I guess I can ask and see. Who knows? But the last book that we are unhauling and that we have in this dog pile over here, I literally am going to show you what these books look like in a second. We are going to be getting rid of Dark Matter. And I know, I debated on keeping this one because this is such a popular book, and I do think that this is a staple science fiction book, but I don't care to have it on my shelf because I didn't really like it that much to keep it, and I feel like everyone already knows about this book. Like, I was binging the first half, and then it lost me in the second half, and I don't know if it would, like, it's a good entry to people who have never read science fiction, sure, but I just don't know if I would go out of my way to actually genuinely recommend this at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, Pretty Girls, I know that her writing style is so good that, like, I would recommend that book. Versus this one, his writing style didn't really wow me. It felt very mundane and basic. It wasn't that unique for me to be like, oh, you should totally read this. You know? I don't know. Whatever, that's just how I feel, but I am going to get rid of it, I think. Or maybe my brother will read this. Maybe my brother will. This back is like neon coral, so it's like messing up the lighting right now. But maybe if my brother gets into reading, he'll want this. Or my brother-in-law. I think he reads. Maybe he doesn't read much anymore. I don't really know. I'll see if one of them will like it. Or obviously, like, I'll just see if any of my family members want this before I get rid of it, because it's a popular book, obviously. And it has the TV series, which I have not watched, and I don't think that I'm going to, but I could totally see the TV series being really good. But yeah, I don't know. We're getting rid of it. Whatever, who cares? Just put it in the pile, bitch. Okay, well, anyways, that's all that we have here. I feel like I'm like literally cramped in a corner right now, and I look like I'm like shrugging my shoulders because there's a stack of books right here that my like elbow is like resting on. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what this freaking pile looks like. It's crazy. Like, literally, it is the Leaning Tower of Pisa right now if there were like 4 different Leaning Towers of Pisa. There are books upstairs that I actually just finished and I already know or think that I want to get rid of them, but I'm not going to include them in this video here because I don't actually know if I'm going to get rid of them or not yet. There's probably going to be another unhaul video in the future, okay? Because I am on a book buying ban right now, except for the fact that Carly Fortune's book is literally coming out, Our Perfect Storm, I think in like a couple of days, that I will be buying that. But other than that, I'm strictly only getting shit from Libby and then reading my physical TBR because I need to get my physical TBR down and I want to purge books that do not suit my fancy and stop hanging on to them. I only want to keep books that I actually like. So yeah, that was the whole point of today's video. I know that one of the most satisfying things about watching these videos is seeing me go through my actual bookshelf and pulling everything. But again, I kind of do that automatically and I just put them downstairs if I don't want to see them on my, if I don't want to wake up to them, they're going downstairs, so I don't have to look at them every day, and then I forget about them. So these are all of the books that I've accumulated over the course of a couple of months, I guess technically years, because I've been hanging on to some of these for years, but they've been down on this shelf specifically for like a couple of months now, and I've been putting off filming this video, but here we are, you just got it. Those are books that I'm unhauling. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you guys liked the style of this video a little bit more, and I hope you guys like my new mic, and I hope that you guys like my new camera setup. I mean, I know that we're in a different setting. You guys normally, I don't think that you guys have ever seen this little corner of my house, but yeah. Oh no. Fuck. Did my battery just die? Okay, love that. My mic literally just died, so I guess that is a wrap. Sorry for the random change in audio right now, but I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. It looks a little bit crooked right now. The fuck is she doing? Nothing like my mic just dying on me right at the very last minute, but hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you guys like my new mic and my new camera setup and seeing this little niche corner of my house. You guys probably won't see this corner of my house for a while because literally all of my reject books are here, but yeah, I just figured whatever, might as well just give you the setting change, I guess. Keep you guys on your toes a little bit. You guys never know where I'm gonna end up. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted this to be more chill, and so that's what we're working with today, ladies and gents. Thank you guys so much. I don't know why I'm like holding this. I'm literally still acting as if my mic is on. It's not, but I'm gonna hold this up as a prop anyway, because I can. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Au revoir. Mwah. Bye. Is there shit flying? The fuck? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up! Oh, I guess technically I have these 3 books that I was holding up for a thumbnail. Au revoir. Bye. 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 Why did I say it like that? Bye. See you later. Bye. We're gonna show you guys the Leaning Tower of Pisa that I'm talking about right now, okay? First of all, you're gonna see my camera. Look at that Inception type shit.